Alright, we're doing part 2 because I think our internet cut out. If it cuts out again, I apologize. We just posted part 1 to Facebook. So go ahead and post questions because we're just here to answer some questions.
And we're back.
Scott. He's loopy.
That's Jimmy Fallon.
Oh. It is. I don't watch Jimmy Fallon. I'll ask you guys questions if you don't have questions for me yet. Anybody here a podcast listener, let me know. Lost 60 pounds on paleo diet. Awesome. Congrats. Am I cross-eyed staring at these little question areas? What's the most random thing I've ever heard? About what? I don't know what that means. What do you see media pushing? Trends? I have no idea. Wait, this goes so quickly. Yes, we sleep on a conventional mattress. Yay, podcast listener. Yay, thank you. Making pizza right now. Yay.
Pizza.
Awesome. This is so funny. Okay, somebody may be trying to flirt. This is my fiance right here.
Hi there, I'm cute
Driving.
too.
Practical paleo changed my world. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that. Love the podcast. Yay, podcast listeners. Favorite song? Oh, I don't know. Favorites are hard.
The one I wrote for you.
Give your the first song Scott ever wrote for me, my favorite song. Give your book to everyone who's interested. Thank you so much. It's like lots of podcast listeners. Next business podcast, there's one ready in the queue, but I'm trying to switch the hosting because we had that weird ad on the show. So hopefully this coming week, episode 10, pumpkin pancakes are on the menu for tomorrow. That's awesome. A wasp in the car? What? Where? I see nothing.
It's the brazen leaf, bro.
That leaf back there, is that what you think is a wasp? On paleo, do you need to count calories? No, you don't have to. Just depends on what your goals are. Early morning pre-CrossFit. Alright, you guys, these questions are going so fast. I'm gonna miss them. Okay, everybody, hang on for 1 second because I'm not gonna be able to get to all those so quickly. Pre-workout, CrossFit, if you work out really early and you don't have at least 2 hours before your workout to eat something, so let's say your workout's at 6, if you're not someone who's somehow awake at 4 a.m., I don't think you should eat before the workout, especially if you've been doing paleo for a while. So if you're new and your blood sugar is really going to drop significantly, then you might need a little bit of carbs, a little bit of protein. But if you've been eating paleo for a while and you can last, I would not eat before the workout. I would have something ready to go after the workout because basically you're going to go into fight or flight mode during the workout and you're not digesting food very well. And also you really, unless it's like a long chipper workout, it's, more than 20 minutes, which if you don't CrossFit, more than 20 minutes in a CrossFit workout is long. But I don't generally recommend that people eat before that workout. So that's for the early morning folks. And most people do find that they do better that way. You'll notice that when you start working out, if you were hungry, your appetite kind of suppresses. And then when you're done, you get hungry again. And that's when you're like, okay, now I can eat. For people who don't feel hunger after a workout for a while, sometimes at least 30 minutes after, maybe if it's an hour later and you're still not hungry, if it's that hour later, I would say just start to eat some carbs because your appetite will kick in if you do eat something. So that's what I think. And then eventually I do have this whole guide that I wrote about eating for training. It's called Eat Better Faster, and I wrote it as part of Jen Sinclair's program last year, and we will release that independently, but I just haven't yet. What to eat for adrenal fatigue? A good amount of food, because if you're starving yourself and reducing food, then you will be stressing your system. This jacket I got from Stitch Fix, so you can go on my website and learn about Stitch Fix if you want, balancebites.com/Stitch Fix. That's where I got it. I love how random these questions are. There's like everything from nutrition to my jean jacket. Harper and Mason are indifferent to each other. I'm sorry if the road noise is really loud. We're literally in the car driving from Pittsburgh to New Jersey. For those of you who don't know, Harper and Mason are Scott's dog and my cat. And the cat basically ignores everyone. Thoughts on kombucha, water, kefir during candida cleanse? I think generally it's not recommended. You can check out the episode I did of the Balance Bites podcast with Krista Orecchio. She talked about it on there. It was a really good episode. She's amazing when it comes to candida in information. So definitely check that one out. Oats are not considered paleo. Grains are not considered paleo. So anything that would be considered a grain is not technically paleo. Cat's favorite raw meat. Actually, egg yolks are his favorite. But he eats pretty much anything we put in front of him. But egg yolks are, if I start cracking eggs, he comes around meowing.
And deli turkey.
And, deli turkey. For some reason, if I'm eating deli turkey, he wakes up from a slumber somewhere else in the house. Fermented yogurt if you're fighting. Fermented foods are not generally recommended for a Candida diet. So again, go onto the Balanced Bite podcast and check out the episode on Candida with Krista Orecchio. You'll learn a ton about that. My favorite color? I don't know. Orange. The color of your eyes. Is that what you just said? Blue. Lean meat or fatty meat? For what? What I like to eat, or in general? If you are curious about paleo and you chimed in here because you wanted to learn some basics about paleo, honestly, the best place to get started, on my website I have a What is Paleo blog post, or if you want to grab the book, Practical Paleo is my first book, and it's really the best place. Where's Scott's shirt from? My husband wants to know. He bought that t-shirt in Rio de Janeiro, actually. That sounds so fancy. Colors define personality. I'm a colorful person. I like a lot of colors. I don't like to play favorites with almost anything. Don't ask my favorite food. I don't have a favorite. I like a lot of different foods. This is totally random. Your book is the best, makes the best gift. Thank you.
That's nice.
That's nice. Well, the questions have slowed down, so if you have one, throw it in there now. I know there were a few I missed early on because they were coming in so fast I couldn't see them all. So if you have, whoa! My eyebrows are on point. Thanks. It's hilarious. Fancy. Pre and post workout meal really necessary? I don't think so. I think most people consider themselves athletes, and I like for that. I like that emotional mental association of considering yourself an athlete, just because it's like strong and empowering and all that good stuff. But in terms of nutrition, most people try and eat like an athlete, and they are really someone who, like myself, sits most of the day and then trains for maybe an hour, and that type of training really does not, in my opinion, require extra food. If you train longer and more intensely than that, maybe. Or if you are like a low body weight, or you're looking to just really maintain or build mass, it's probably a good time to consider adding food. But like, I don't eat pre and post workout meals. I have plenty of fuel for a workout sitting on my body as, stored body fat. So I don't really need to do that. But like the coaches at my gym and competitive athletes and people at that level, and even someone like Scott, he's like a tall, lean build, he almost always has a post-workout, some kind of smoothie or shake. But I don't do that personally. All right, well, if you're slowing down on the questions, and we will wrap it up, and we'll do this again at some point in time.
Definitely when we're crossing the country.
Definitely when we drive across the country and have not much to do for like an entire week on the road. Woo, we're bouncing around. All right, guys, check out balancebites.com if you want more. The podcast every week, all kinds of fun stuff, and hit me up on Instagram at Diane Sanfilippo. Bye.
Bye.